Hello students, today we will discuss about the parts of bone and its function. But before we start our today's class, we will discuss about the previous class first. In our previous class, we have discussed about the classification of bones. We have discussed classification according to region. We know that according to region, the bones are classified into axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Then classification according to development, in which it is of two types, somatic and visceral bones. Then classification according to structure, it is microscopically and macroscopically. Then the main classification, that is according to shape. According to shape, bone are long bone, short bone, flat bone, irregular bone, pneumatic, sesamoid, accessory and heterotrophic. These all are the classification of bone, and all bones are ranging in these types. So let's begin with our today's class. The objective and the topic of today's class is to understand and to study about the different parts of bone. Today we will gonna discuss about the different parts of a long bone and to study and to understand major function of bone. So let's discuss about the parts of young bone. A typical long bone ossify in three parts: the two end from secondary center and the intervening shaft from the primary center. Following are the main parts of the bone: diaphysis, epiphysis, metaphysis, epiphyseal plate of cartilage. These all are the main parts of the long bone. Here we write that parts of young bone. Why? Because the young bone is slightly different from the adult bone. There is a big difference between the bone of young and the bone of adult. And this major difference is the epiphyseal plate of cartilage present in between epiphysis and metaphysis. This epiphyseal plates only present in the children, or we can say in the young one. This epiphyseal plate is in between epiphysis and metaphysis and is fused in adults. This rounded ends called condylar ends are called as epiphysis. The long erect shaft is called as diaphysis. The portion in between the epiphysis and the diaphysis is called as metaphysis. And there is some raw bone area or the cartilaginous area in between epiphysis and the metaphysis, which is blue in color here, is called as epiphyseal plate of cartilage. Let's have a broad look on this part. So here is the part of bone. The main part of bone is diaphysis. Diaphysis is elongated part of a bone which ossify with a primary center. Yes, it is formed in primary center. Yes, it is called as the shaft of bone. It composed of compact and spongy bony tissue. Its major function is not to break or to bend. Then next is epiphysis. Epiphysis, the ends and the tip of a bone. It present at the end and the tip of the bone at the both corners, which ossify from secondary center, and it is made up of spongy bone tissue, and their space contain red bone marrow which produce RBCs, WBCs and platelets. Make joint by articulating with other joint. This is epiphysis which perform articulation when joint with another bone. Then next is the metaphysis. Metaphysis is the epiphyseal end of a diaphysis is called the metaphysis. This is in between the epiphysis and the diaphysis. Each metaphysis is the zone of active growth. Here is the cartilaginous end plates attached. Before epiphyseal fusion, the metaphysis is richly supplied with blood through the end arteries, forming hairpin band. This is forming hairpin bands here. Then epiphyseal plate cartilage. It separates epiphysis from the metaphysis. So it is present in between the epiphysis and metaphysis. After epiphyseal fusion, the bone can no longer grow in length. That's why it is present only in young ones. This epiphyseal bone is this epiphyseal cartilage or the epiphyseal plate is responsible for the growth in young children. The growth cartilage is nourished by both the epiphyseal and metaphyseal artery. And as the age grown, as the young one grow in adult, then it no longer present. It fuse with the epiphysis and metaphysis, make a long strengthened part of the bone. Then next is periosteum. Periosteum is a thin membrane over whole bone. It allows ligament and muscle attachment, and it is having many nerve fibers which causing pain when this membrane damage, and this protects whole bone wrapping around itself. Next important part is medullary cavity. Medullary cavity is the hollow portion of the long bone present in the shaft of bone. It produces red bone marrow in children and yellow bone marrow in persons with ages. As the age increases, the red bone marrow change in yellow bone marrow. Then one more important part is articular cartilage. This covers the epiphysis and take part in articulation. This is the covering over the epiphysis which articulates with the articular cartilage of another bone and form a joint. It is less vascular, so when damaged, the healing is difficult of an articular cartilage. It has a function to produce frictionless joint movement. It provides cushioning over the joint, which gives shock absorbing property as well as the frictionless joint movement, and it degenerates with age, trauma or wear and tear. Next topic is to discuss about the functions of bone. Yes, bones are very much important for our body. Bones gives numerous functions and provide a healthy living to a human body. The major functions of the bones are support. The first major function is support. Then to shape the body. Yes, bone gives attachment to numerous muscles, ligaments and other structures. It acts as a lever on muscular action. It manufactures blood cells, the WBCs, RBCs and platelets, and it stores calcium and phosphorus in body. Let's have a broad. So here are the functions of a bone. Bone gives shape and support to the body and resists any form of stress. Yes, it is bone which gives you shape and support to the whole body structure. If you have no bones in the body and there are only muscles in the body, then you are not able to stand or walk. Even you are not able to crawl properly, like reptiles or insects. These provide surface for the attachment of muscle, tendons, ligament, etc. Yes, bone provide a great surface or a hard surface to the attachment of muscle, tendons and ligaments, due to which they are able to perform movement and serve as lever for muscular action. As the muscle, tendon and ligaments move or contract, then the function of bone as a lever gives the movement on the joint. Next important function of a bone is to protect the important structure of our body, as the skull, vertebral column and thoracic cage protects brain, spinal cord and thoracic viscera respectively. So, bony cage is important for giving protection to numerous of the vital organs in our body. Likewise, the orbits are securing the eyes and the heart is secured by the thoracic cage. The lungs are also protected by the rib cage. So this is the main function of the bone to protect the vital organs. Bone marrow manufactures blood cells. Yes, the bone marrow in between the shaft which produce blood cells gives the quantity and the quality of the blood in a human body. Then bones store 97% of body calcium and phosphorus. Bones are the storehouse for the calcium. If anybody is having less quantity of calcium, then the calcium is taken from the bones to the blood for the proper functioning of the body. So these all are the functions of the bone. Now here is the reference for your help. I hope you understand this lecture well and it will help to regain you knowledge. Thank you. Goodbye.